Welcome to Simply Country Cuisine. So today what I'm going to show you is how to cook a beef eye of round roast. This is a whole roast and it weighs 4.89, almost 5 pounds. What I'm going to do with the roast is I'm going to make it a rosemary garlic butter infused. I'm going to rub the roast down, but I'm also going to put some of the garlic and rosemary inside the roast. We're going to start this out at 450 for 15 minutes and then drop it down to 350 for about an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours. I don't want it rare. I want it a little bit beyond medium. So medium well, I guess is what I'd like. Before I put the butter on, the grain is very grainy. So I'm going to make a few slits at the top of my roast. And I've measured out here about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Now I don't want to put a lot inside inside the roast because I'm going to cover it. So I'm just going to shove some down, and this will help flavor the inside of the roast. This should crust up really nice in the oven, so to give it a nice buttery, garlicky, rosemary crust. After we have supper, the leftovers, we can actually shred slice it and make hot roast beef sandwiches with it. So I have a whole stick of butter. It's a half a cup in my bowl, and I'm going to use my hands. And again, I have probably a tablespoon and a half of minced garlic. I'm going to put that in. Now I'm all about the flavor. And meat, you have to season. It's like potatoes, you have to season. I'm going to use dried rosemary. So I'm going to probably put about a tablespoon of dried rosemary in. And now I'm going to use my hands and really smush it together. Place the roast in my baking pan, my roasting pan. And now we're going to have a relationship with this roast. We're going to massage it, get all of this butter on it really, really good. Now, this is going to make a great drippings in this pan. So when the roast is done, I'll save the drippings. I'll probably transfer it over to, we'll come back to that. I'll transfer it over to a skillet, and I'm going to make a gravy with this. Because this, to me, this roast is going to need sour cream mashed potatoes to go along with it. Now, I've left this roast sit out for about an hour, hour and a half. I had it frozen. I took it out, put it in the refrigerator just like I would a turkey for a couple days, and let it thaw in the refrigerator. And then I've left it sit on the counter now for about an hour and a half. I wanted it to become a little bit room temperature. It's still cold, but if you put your meat in the oven too cold, the inside won't cook properly. 450 for 15 minutes. Then we're going to reduce the heat in the oven to 350 and finish cooking the roast. And we'll use a thermometer to check it to see. I think it's got to be 165, but we'll check that out and see. Again, I want it a little bit medium well done. Hi, welcome back. So here is our roast. It's cooked, savory, sliced, and it took actually 2 hours at 350. So we're going to give it a little sample here. Now, I made, with some of the drippings from it, I have a dark brown gravy. And if you prefer, I have a mayonnaise horseradish sauce that you could dip into it. So I'm going to try both of them. Oh, it's delicious. That rosemary and that garlic infused all the way through the roast. Very good. Oh, and remember, when you take it out of the oven, tint it and let it sit on the stove for about a half an hour because all those juices will go back into it. Let's try a little bit with the horseradish. Delicious. So very good. Serve that up with some creamy sour cream mashed potatoes and maybe a vegetable and some nice crusty bread with that. That'll make a delicious, elegant meal. And remember always to subscribe, like, and share these videos on YouTube to be alerted for our next video. And on Thursdays, we have Contest Thursdays on our Facebook page. And if you don't have a place to worship, please always join us at GT Leander or any of the GT churches in Central Texas. God bless you, and we love you. Bye-bye.